Puja, do it for tuning in. Such a strange hour. This is the time when the moon is going to be at its first quarter. So that's why we're tuning in at 4:30 a.m. Central Time. But I don't think this other platform is not working right now. Let's try this one. I'll give it one more minute and then we're going to start. Okay, I think it's going to work today. There we go. All right. Wait. Okay. Looks like something's happening there. All right, Dua. Uben Never. Hello, Heather. Is this for today? Yes, okay. All right. So welcome today. We're going to have a self-care session in honor of the first quarter moon. And I'm going to start off with the singing bowl. Check, check, check. Check, 1, 2. Yeah, okay. Cool. I don't need to wear those unless there's a problem. So we're going to start with the singing bowl, open things up. And we go, oh, okay. There's someone on here that is not a fan of sound healing or astrology. That's okay. Okay, so we're going to start off by with Om to ground us at the beginning. This bowl is tuned to the Om vibration, the root chakra, and we go counterclockwise to open. I'm just going to chant Om. You can Om along with me. Om. Greetings, greetings, greetings. So to the person that's asking what, I'm not sure if you're referring to what are we doing here or what is that other person talking about. So let's talk about what we're doing here. My name is Arit Tachia Met, and I am a musician, sound healer, enchantress, herbalist, wellness coach, wellness advocate, and Kemetic Natarian practitioner. And what we have here today is the first quarter moon in sidereal Taurus, which is going to be at 4:45 Central Time in a few minutes. And so I'm going to start off by offering the cosmic chimes and chants just for a few minutes at the quarter moon. And then we're going to dive into the self-care. And I have Solfeggio tuning forks. And I have the planetary tuning forks. And I have some charts, and we're going to go through, and I also have my crystals, chakra crystals here. I'm just going to go through some self-care alignments. And even though we're across the internet, I'm here and you're wherever you are, energy doesn't know the difference between time and space. And so even though I'm working on myself, putting the tuning forks on myself, it is designed so that you will feel the vibrations, or you will benefit from the vibrations. And if you want to follow along, if you don't have tuning forks, you can use your crystals. You can apply, a little pressure, acupressure. You can use your Reiki. You can visualize, or you can just take it all in and soak it in. Okay? And if you have any questions, just text me the questions. This is based on Horoscope's 13-month Kemetic Sidereal Astrology and KemeTones Cosmic Sound Healing. So each one of these chimes and these tuning forks, got a whole bunch of them out here, are tuned to the different planets and constellations that are ruled by planets. So, for instance, today we have the new moon in sidereal Taurus, new moon in sidereal Taurus, and the sun in sidereal Aquarius, and then the sun in sidereal Aquarius. Okay. And at KemeTones, each one of these tones corresponds to a netter, because in the Greek system, which is our astrology and most of our science is based on, like the planets, constellations, the days of the weeks, etc., are named after Greek gods or goddesses. So we know that the Greeks got their information from ancient Kemet, so we have the corresponding netters. So for today's transmission, we have Ra, Heru, Sosheta, Petaru, and I'm adding the tone for Anpu, the opener of the ways, because we're supposed to open all of our spiritual work with opening the way. So those are the tones that we have, and then I have the tuning forks as well. So we're going to start offering something for the first quarter moon. Yes, indeed, Black Lives Matter. And that's why we take this science, spiritual technology back to Kemet, which is where it began. All right, so let's start with the celestial transmission, and then we'll move into the self-care. Dua heteru. to arise, to heru, to asasheta, to aheteru, aligning our creativity, awakening humanity, focusing our attention on abundance and prosperity. Applying our creativity to assist the awakening of humanity. Radiating our intention of abundance and prosperity, to arise, to aheru, to asasheta, to aheteru, to arise, to aheru, to asasheta, to aheteru. Nakura, nakuheru, nakusasheta, nakuheteru. I am the cause of my destiny. Do I spiritual victory? Nakuheru, sharing love for the universe. universal family. To us the shadow, writing down my intentions and my meditation, organizing my mentality. Napuz the shadow, I am the cosmic scribe and goddess of the Sephic the chakras and astrology. Do I tattoo, goddess of love and beauty? Napu tattoo, goddess of abundance and prosperity. Do I run? Do I do us a shelter? Do I do? Napura, Napura, Napusa shadow, Napura. Tap. Any questions? Thank you for being here. I really appreciate you tuning in at this unusual hour. This is making me sleepy. Well, it's relaxing you and putting you in a higher vibration where you stop thinking and you're feeling with your heart. So that's a good thing. If you want to lay down and sleep, you'll still feel the benefits of this presentation, even while you're asleep. It works great. All right, so that was the offering for the first quarter moon, which was at 4:45 a.m. Central Time. And that is the moon growing in brightness as it makes its journey towards the full moon. And we honor the cosmic forces of creativity with Ra, the sun, which is in sidereal Aquarius, ruled by Heru, Uranus. Spiritual victory, spiritual aspiration. Shasheta for the moon, the cosmic scribe, the goddess of the chakras and astrology, the sciences, mathematics, sacred geometry, architecture, engineering, record keeping, bookkeeping, file keeping, accounting, and Hetaru representing Venus and sidereal Taurus, goddess of love, beauty, abundance, prosperity, the goddess of the Kundalini, the second energy, and then we added the tone for Anpu, the opener of the way. All right, we have some tea. Let's do warm. All right. So there's a lot going on in our world today, in our environment. And it's easy to get swept away in the current of the panic, the vibrations of panic, fear, doubt, anger, worrying, just feeling miserable. It's so easy to get into that frequency. And we're so fortunate that we have all of these spiritual tools to help us change our vibration and bring us back to our center, back to our awareness of our higher self. We can do meditation, yoga, chanting, music, dancing, going out in nature, sound healing. And then when you remember the myth of Heteru and Jehuti and Sekhmet, when Heteru lost her way, it was the wisdom teachings of Jehuti that brought her back to her consciousness. And so we can use wisdom teachings from our, preferred tradition, or start writing in our journal. So there's so many ways to change our vibration. Today we're going to be focusing on sound. I have all the tuning forks here, and at the new moons and full moons, I do the whole thing is the cosmic chimes and chanting. And at the first quarter moons, we focus on self-care. And the third quarter moon, we're going to be focusing on global prayer, what Greg Braden calls global grieving. But today we're going to be working on our vibrations and healing. And what I've been focusing on the most, okay, you're not working, is uniting my mind and my heart. And I'm learning to stop thinking. Like when I start getting into the storm of despair and egoism, I'm learning how to stop thinking, which is a huge breakthrough for me, because in the past I would stay in that downward motion for weeks, months, and something random would come along to bring me out of it. And now I can bring myself out of it. So what I'd like to focus on today is the mind and the heart unification, and then expressing the truth. And I made this beautiful little chart a while ago to help me remember that the brain is split into two, and it's always going back and forth, worrying, always trying to figure things out, and feeling all the pressure of making things happen. And you can just get stuck there. And so what I've learned to do, thanks to teachings of Chateau Nectar and Temple Basset and Greg Braden, who pointed out to me the harmonization of the mind and the heart. Because in the Kemetic tradition, the Tyrian tradition, the heart is symbolized by a vessel. I don't have it here, have them here with me, but let's just use this as an example. And, you can't see it, can you, TikTok? I just have that little aromatherapy device. So we're going to imagine that our heart is a vessel, and all of our past life experience, our past experiences, even our ancestral experiences, all of our thoughts from the past, all the thoughts from our past lives, are stored here. All of our impressions, all of our beliefs, desires, longings, regrets, hopes, wishes, all of those things are stored here. And if they're toxic, they'll weigh us down, because the goal is to have the heart as light as a feather. If it gets heavy and weighed down, then when our body dies and it's weighed against the feather of Ma'at, we have to come back and do this all over again. Uja, Furious, Dua for being here. So the purpose of this life is to purify our heart, purify our Ari. It's called Ariyu. Okay, you need to go. Purify our Ariyu so that our heart can be light, and when our body dies, we can just exist in the netherworld, the Duat, the astral realm, and not have to reincarnate. So that's the goal of Natarian practice, right? So in these self-care sessions, the goal is to purify our heart, in this session anyway, and to be able to stop thinking and just drop into the heart and see what the heart is thinking or feeling, because feelings are thoughts in our heart, and our heart is connected to the divine. What if it's purified? It could be completely conquered by Set, and even if it is, we're going to break free of that. So the idea is to think with your heart, not with your mind. Use your mind to take care of details, paying the bills and driving your car and reading, things like that. The only time we should use our mind is when we have stilled the mind and opened up to the cosmic mind of Jehuti, the mind of Nebuchadnezzar, and let that fill our mind, and then project that reality out. Use those thoughts, but not, oh, I'm not enough. Oh, it's too early. No one's going to be online at 4:30 when it's the first quarter moon, or no one's going to sign up for my class, or that person across the room doesn't like me, or my shoes don't look good, or or I'm fat, or I'm skinny, or I'm ugly, or those kind of thoughts. You don't want to listen to those. When you start having those thoughts, you want to drop into the heart, or you want to open up to the cosmic mind. So you have a choice. You can either listen to your heart or tune into Nebuchadnezzar, and they're basically the same. The idea is just to stop thinking. Okay, so that's enough of the discussion. And then, so we have the first eye, the heart, and then expressing the heart with our throat chakra. Okay, so that's the purpose of this session. So I'm going to start with the solfeggio frequencies, and I've got a charts here. And then I also have the chakra correspondences, as well as the netters. I've done the chakra tune-ups before. I'm not going to do that one right now. I'm focusing on the mind and the heart. Oh, well, thank you so much. Oh, God, baby. You're beautiful, too. So I'm going to start with the tone for Nebuchadnezzar, which is, aligning to our consciousness, higher consciousness. What is the actual description here? Connect with light and spirit. That was a weird sound. Make sure you can hear me okay. Check. Check 1, 2. That seems like it's okay. Connecting with light and spirit, connecting with Nebuchadnezzar. And I heard it again. I don't know what that is. Did you hear that weird sound? Hopefully it'll stop. Okay. Nebuchadnezzar, and let's go with transformation, Capra. So I've got the tone for Nebuchadnezzar, the tone for Capra. The descriptions for this tone is for the heart chakra. And, the miracle tone of nature repairs DNA. And I have a piece of rubber here on my leg. I'm going to place it on my first eye, and then bring it down to my heart center, and then the throat chakra. Okay. So as I said before, you can use your hands and mimic this motion. You can use your crystals. Let's see, we have crystals. You can place them there, or you can just use your intention. Thank you for tuning in. Lola la bruja. Yes, gratitude to the ancestors that live within us. We're waking them up and aligning with them. Like light language. Oh, so you heard it too, like a mouse clicking. Yeah, I don't know what that was. Okay, well, it stopped. All right, so here we go. Dua Nebuchadnezzar, Dua Capita. I'm using the black for Nebuchadnezzar. That's the I didn't make these tuning forks. They made this one black. What I did is I just noticed the descriptions of the solfeggio frequencies, and then this is a system I devised. So I decided that Nebuchadnezzar goes with the one connecting with light and spirit. Then we have 852, Attract Soul Tribe. That's also called Restoring the Balance. So that would be Ma'at. Returning to spiritual order, right? Then 741, Awaken Intuition, as I said. 639, Heals Relationships. That's net. It's also connecting. Is it? Connecting relationships. That's Capita. Net. Then, well, I'm getting them. I'm combining, because there's the name of the chakra and the medu nectar, and then there's a divinity corresponding to the solfeggio frequencies. So I'm just going to deal with the nectars, dealing with the frequencies right now. So that would be 639, Heals Relationships. That would be net. Then we have 528, Repairs DNA, Miracle Tone of Nature. That's Capra. 417, Facilitates Change. That's Newt. Undoing Situations, Giving Birth to the Light. 396, Liberate Your Fear and Guilt. That is Selket. And, yep, Fear and Guilt. And that's, she attacks egoism. Oh, well, the color for the crown chakra is purple or indigo. And I put black because of the tuning forks. So there's two systems going on here. There's the chakra system, and then there's the solfeggio system. And yes, they do have correspondences, but they're not exactly the same. The chakras use the standard red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet, turquoise or light blue, blue, indigo, or purple. And then the solfeggio frequencies, I don't know how they came up with these colors for these tuning forks, but I'm using them. And then the last two, 285 influences energy field, and 174 removes pain. But today we're focusing on the mind, the heart, and expressing our purified desires, intentions. Put that one already. So now we'll go to the heart. New Nebuchadnezzar, new capital. Drop from the first eye into our heart, and then to the throat. So we only want to express our purified desires, our purified intentions, purified thoughts from Nebuchadnezzar, and we want to stop thinking. When we're in the storm, we want to trust our intuition, not our ego. That's basically what this is about. Learning to trust the intuition, turning away from the ego. Now we have, this is a powerful combination, Aset and Ma'at. Awakening intuition and returning to spiritual order. Dua Aset, Dua Ma'at, Dua Aset, Dua Ma'at. Heart as light as a feather. Dua Aset, Dua Ma'at. May my words be as lotus blossoms. My words are lotus blossoms to those that can hear. Aligning my thoughts with my heart. Aligning my feelings with truth. Expressing my pure intentions for glorious manifestation. So you can hear tones. Harmonizing the two sides of our brain with our heart. When we're lost in the storm, just check in and see, what are we feeling? I know what I'm thinking. How do I feel? You can't hear these tones because these are the ones that go directly on the body and the vibrations go in the body. And even though you are not here, with the way that this distance healing works, is you will feel the benefits even though you can't hear them. When I put them up here, sometimes you can hear them. When I get to the high frequency forks, you'll be able to hear them. That's why they devised the chimes. So it would be easier to do group healings. And I have yet to invest in the chimes for the solfeggio. But I'm getting there. We'll do one more over here. Let's see here. Pain. Eliminating pain. And releasing guilt and fear. Liberating ourselves from fear and guilt and doubt and coulda, woulda, shoulda, and attachments and just a whole bunch of negative stuff that gets trapped in our brain. Because we're bombarded with toxic sounds and images all day. And all that stuff has an effect on the brain. So we want to drop into the heart. Whenever you're like, what should I do? What's going on? Where am I going? I don't know how to do this. Just stop the chatter, inhale, and just drop into the heart and just wait and see how you're feeling. And I'm telling you, I'm speaking from experience because I used to just get stuck here. And they always tell you, don't trust your heart, trust your brain. And that's not true because this is where the ego sits. This is where set. If we're not on top of things, this is where set is driving the boat. And we want to drop into our heart because this is where we're feeling. Feelings come up in us. We don't say, well, when you're doing your manifestations and your intention and healing work, yes, you decide how you want to feel. But just as a living being, feelings come up in us, from within us, from our subconscious. We're triggered from our trauma. It could be from being around a toxic person. It could be around someone you love. Feelings come from inside of us. We can't always choose our feelings. We can choose our emotions, which is how we express our feelings. But when our feelings come up, they're telling us something. And if you have a bad feeling about something, then you need to trust that. Not say, oh, I have a bad feeling about this, but I'm going to do it anyway. No, that's when you're thinking. You're feeling it, and you're choosing your ego over our set. That's basically what I'm talking about. Turning away from set and choosing your intuition, which is seated in our womb area, but right now we're focusing on the heart. Now, if you really want to think, then you have to stop thinking with your brain, your ego thoughts, and open up to the infinite mind, which is filled with the cosmic mind. But that's a whole nother step. Right now I'm focusing on your feelings. So we have the tones for eliminating or releasing guilt and fear, and one for eliminating pain. So we're going to start the heart with the first eye. Jua Selket, Juk Selket. She protects me from my doubts and fears. Nuk Selket, Nuk Selket. She strikes the feathers of Set. Nuk Selket, Nuk Selket. Keeps me safe from harm. Nuk Selket, Nuk Selket. She protects my heart. Nuk Selket, Nuk Selket. Frees me from doubts and negativity. Nuk Selket. Protects me while I express my truth. Okay, that's good. Now do the high frequencies. So these are the ones you can hear. And we move the tone, the energy up. We're eliminating blocks. And when we bring the energy down, we're manifesting our intentions. Remember, we've worked on purifying our hearts and our intentions. So we're going to eliminate any blockages to this process of uniting our heart and our minds, connecting to Nebuchadnezzar, bringing forth transformation, miracles, repairing our DNA. Here we have Aset and Ma'at, awakening intuition and restoring spiritual order. I have a question here. You saw the quarter moon next to Asar. Is it Aquarius? My report said that the quarter moon is in sidereal Taurus, which is very close to Orion. The sun is in sidereal Aquarius, as far as my records can tell. I'm doing this sidereal astrology. So, but the moon is next to Taurus, which is near the sign, the constellation of Orion, Orion's belt. So, is that what you mean? I'm not sure. Maybe you can elaborate. I use the website that I usually use is not working right now, so I've been doing it by hand, going to the NASA JPL ephemeris. And so if I made a mistake, let me know. I know there's lots of people saying that the moon isn't real, you know, and that all those planetary cosmic forces are like a hologram, that these the wickedness of the world is projecting them out, and they're not real. I'm not sure about that. I know that I read a long time ago that some great scientists in the past tried to blow up the moon, and so like only half of it is there. I don't know. But I know that our ancestors have been studying these planets and constellations long before the technology existed to project something of this magnitude. So I think we still feel the vibrations from these cosmic forces. How they're actually moving is what we really don't know. I do not choose the Western Babylonian astrologers. I do not trust them because they don't account for the precession of the equinox. And that's why I follow the 13-month sidereal astrology system that is available through NASA's calculations. And even though NASA is like a military force, and I once wanted to become an astronaut, I still follow their ephemeris over the Western. I can't recognize many constellations. It was quite a bit after sunset. Orion was directly overhead. Yeah, so that's the one that we associate with Asar, because he has the belt. His belt, the 3 stars in Orion's belt point to Sirius, which is Aset. And Taurus is right next to Orion's belt. So you probably did see the quarter moon in near Orion. One of my favorite times of the year is when the moon is in the sacred hoop, and that is a circle. This is from the Lakota tradition of constellations that makes a sacred hoop, and it's remarkable when the full moon is inside of the sacred hoop, and that happens when the moon is in Gemini. So the sun is in Aquarius, the full moon will be in Leo. So it won't be full there, but it'll be maybe the 3/4 moon. No. Yeah. Sometime between now and the full moon, the moon won't be quarter moon or whatever. It will be in the sacred hoop, and maybe you'll be able to see it. It's very beautiful. The constellations are Gemini, the Great Dog, Sirius. I can't remember the ones down at the bottom. And then Orion and Taurus, and well, those are stars. Capella. I think Rigel from Leo. I'll do a special one on that sacred hoop. Okay, so now I wanted to move into the tones for today. Let me organize my legs a bit. Okay, so this one is, like we talked about earlier, aligning our creativity with helping humanity, because we have the sun in Sagittarius Aquarius at this moment. And then we are supposed to be examining the intentions that we wrote out at the new moon and see how they're coming along, see where it'll be by the full moon. And I made the announcement that I usually write a whole list of intentions at the new moon. And right now I'm just focusing on one. And I'll have to say that I have yet to receive the result that I'm looking for. In fact, I got some news today that's opposite of what the result I'm looking for. I'm not giving up. Not giving up. Okay, so we're going to do the moon in Sidereal Taurus. And so that's a good one for this combination because we have our thoughts, organizing our thoughts, and our abundance and prosperity, and our, our life on earth. We want it to be abundant and prosperous, and we want our hearts to be purified and strong and in alignment with mind. Okay, so I'm gonna put my legs back there. All right, so same thing. Mind, heart. Put your thoughts, focus on your true feelings, your purified feelings, and only express your purified desires and intentions. Okay? And you won't hear them, but you will feel the effects, even if you don't feel anything. I've seen this happen. I've seen it work. You will see the effects in your life. Jua sasheta, jua heteru, jua sasheta, jua heteru, jua sasheta, jua heteru. Jua sasheta, jua heteru, nepu sasheta, nepu heteru, nepu sasheta, nepu heteru. Yeah. And then we have the sun for our creativity. Kupin Dua for being here. Yes, we're calling in the ancestors, aligning with them through sound. So we have the sound for Ra, the sun, and Heru, Uranus, Sidereal Aquarius, Ku or Ku. And this is one where we're focusing our creativity on assisting humanity, opening our heart, expressing our truth. And when we can't find our way, we're in the storm of toxicity, negativity, and egoism, we drop into our hearts. We illuminate our divinity. And we remember our divinity. And we express peace. We express gratitude for every adversity, right? That's the goal. No matter what the crisis is, give Jah your thanks and praises. There's a gift in every adversity. There's a Kemetic proverb that adversity is really prosperity, because when you're in adversity, you know it's going to always lead to prosperity. You're not going to be stuck there forever. And then they warn us when we're in prosperity to don't be too comfortable, because adversity is right around the corner. So the goal or the objective is to remain at peace in adversity and prosperity. Don't get all drunk with happiness and, you win the lottery and you start spending it all. No, you win the lottery and you start making changes in your community. Just don't get all crazy, because you can get too happy, too elated, because then you'll lose your grounding and then you get caught up in the egoism. So we want to stay balanced in our heart. And I'm talking to myself right now, my lower self, because a few days ago I was really lost talking about lost in space. I was lost in the storm. I was able to bring myself out using these same tools. Last but not least, there's a lot going on in the world today dealing with assault and violation. I'm going to close out this section with the tone for assault, violation, domestic violence, abuse, all those horrible adversities that many of us have dealt with. Unfortunately, too many. And then this is the tone. So this is the goddess Sedna from the Alaskan tradition, the Inuit tradition. I'll just tell her story briefly because it's so important. She was a young maiden living with her parents, and her dad had decided on a suitor for her. And she did not like that guy. She had already had one that she wanted to be with. And it was a stranger. It was somebody that her dad didn't know. He advised her against it. She went anyway. They got married, and he took her to his home, but it was a nest, and he was actually a monster demon, and she had been tricked to be his servant. And she was miserable, and one day she decided to escape, and she escaped, and she was swimming back to her home, and lo and behold, her dad was in a boat coming to rescue her because he felt so badly about what had happened to her. So she gets up in the boat, and they start to speed away, and her husband, the monster demon, came towards the boat, and the father panicked and threw his daughter into the water and sped away. And she grabbed onto the boat. Father, please don't leave me, help me. And he takes out his machete and cuts her hands, cuts off her hands, cuts off her fingers. So she falls into the water, and the myth says that her fingers became the creatures in the water, the sea, the life of the sea. And so Sedna is the vibration that is used at the KemeTones Cosmic Sound Healing system for violations and abuse. And then here's the tone for Neptune, Nebenhet, for releasing our feelings and emotions. Okay, so this isn't a planetary alignment or a Solfeggio alignment. It's just something that I feel I need, and we all need. Because the world is going through a lot. It's very traumatized. Everything, even the water is traumatized. The air is traumatized. The earth is traumatized. I made a post the other day about why do you think the trees in the city are always dying and they're always digging them up and planting new trees in addition to stealing the wood? I think it's because in this crazy world, people don't want leaves on the ground in the fall. They fall from the trees, and then people sweep them up and throw them away or burn them, or they bring out these noisy leaf blowers and blow them away. And the leaf blowers use petroleum, so they're polluting the earth. They're polluting the earth with the sound, and then they're taking the nutrients for the trees. My theory is, if we depend on the trees for breathing, for our air, shouldn't we be protecting the trees? And then let's say we're not going to cut down the trees in the city, but we're going to take the leaves that fall from the trees, which land on the soil by the trees, which is feeding the trees. So we're stealing the food from the thing that's helping us breathe. That is just insanity. Every time I see them cutting down a tree in the city, I start to cry because it doesn't make any sense. And so you replace it with a baby tree. That's not going to replace all the air the tree was providing. I see it as another attack on humans when they're cutting down trees in this way. And the other thing I want to say about trauma is I just recently learned about the relationship between Ogun and Yemaya. This isn't a Tyrian wisdom. This is from a Yoruba culture, which we know is connected to the Tyrian tradition, with different ancestors representing different forces in nature. It's the same culture, just different location, different village, different people, different time, but it's the same principle. And so I still tune in to the Orishas from time to time. I don't follow them like I do the Netters. However, I am very aware and connected to some of the Orishas. In particular, Yemaya. So I was looking up the relationship between Ogun and Yemaya because I have a special person who I feel needed some protection from. Ogun, who's the one who deals with metals and machinery and cars, because he kept getting in a car accident. Like every time I talk to him, oh, I was riding with my friend and we got hit, or I was driving and the car in front of me stopped and I hit and ran. It's like, man, you need to deal with Ogun. So I was researching their relationship, and according to this tradition, the Lacumchi, I don't remember it exactly. And this is from Puerto Rico and Cuba, not Nigeria. So I'll do some more research. But according to this source, Ogun assaulted his mother repeatedly, raped her repeatedly every day when their dad left. And none of the children were brave enough to tell the dad because they knew what was going on until Alegba, who was similar to Anpu, opener of the way at the crossroads, told his dad. And dad was furious, went home and caught Ogun and mom. Yes, Lukumi. Thank you. And mom, mom being raped. And father was so upset that part of his spirit essence left, and what remained became known as a Batala. And mom was so devastated and ashamed and just traumatized that now dad knows, and she's been dealing with this for so long. Part of her essence left, and what remained is what we know as Yemaya. And life just went on as if it didn't happen. I think Ogun was moved to another part of where they all lived. However, he's still honored as a deity. He was allowed to marry Oya, and then Obatala brought forth Shango to stand up to Ogun. Now, I don't follow this tradition very much. This is just what I learned, and it traumatized me to know that the Divine Mother was assaulted by her son repeatedly in this way, and that it was just kind of brushed under the rug as if it was no big deal. And as someone who was assaulted by a close friend, and then I was so traumatized I didn't speak about it, and it was just brushed under the rug by me to my own self. I just really identified with what the Divine Mother of all must be experiencing. And now on top of that, how the elements of air and water are so polluted by these children, these human children, that I was devastated for like 3 days. That's when I was in the storm. When I told you about the storm, I was lost in the storm. So I've been focusing now my energies on developing more rituals to help purify the water and the air and the earth from these tragedies. And it helps me understand why when a woman is raped in this society, it's not a big deal. It's just, oh, okay. So that's why I'm going to do these tones right now, and then we'll move on to the high frequency. And this one has a weird sound. I don't use it very much, but I guess it's because it's so deep or something. Or maybe it's broken. I don't know. But anyway. So our thoughts about our trauma is being released. Our feelings, our emotions are being purified. Our thoughts are purified. And we're finding ways to heal ourselves and this land from these assaults. And we're able to express this with peace and love and grace and truth. And we're feeling traumatized. We're going to drop down into our hearts. and sit with the feeling, because it's not happening right now. It happened when it happened. It's not happening now. We're okay right now. It's just a thought. And we're going to purify it. And it needs to come up because it's in our REU. It's something that happened to us. It happened to our Divine Mother. It happened. We have to release it. Because if we don't release it, that's the problem with the world. It just keeps happening over and over and over and over and over again until it's purified. In these frequency ports, the heart, mind connection. So if y'all have any more information on that legend or myth, I would appreciate if you'd share it with me, because it's really on my mind. I have a shrine for Yemaya. And when I did this research, I realized that all the years I've been doing that, I wasn't opening up the ceremony with a legba. Just like I realized I wasn't opening up every session here with Anpu. So now I have a shrine for a legba and Ogun, because I'm working on this for my friend. Oh, okay. Thank you for listening. Yeah, it really, now when I look at the ocean or the lake or the water, I just see all the sadness. I feel all the sadness, and then, the tap water, all the pollution they put in there to get us to, not feel or think about what's really going on in the world. All the chemtrails, like we're literally raping Yemaya and Mother Earth, like constantly, like everything we do. Like even useful things like these glasses, which I love these glasses, but they're made out of plastic. Plastic is made of petroleum. I'm looking for someone to make these for me out of bamboo so that I don't have to use plastic. Hey, I will. I have the TikTok is hooked up to a microphone, and I don't have ear headphones, so I don't join in with the live matches. I'm sorry. I'm just here to offer devotion and healing. I'm not here to play those games. But I know they're fun. Yeah, so it just gives you a whole nother perspective. And then also, yes. Yeah, she's still there. I don't think she's moved. Sedna is one of those stays there for a long time. Yeah. Like I said, I didn't choose this combination based on planetary. I choose this because I want to release trauma and emotions in a purified way. But I will, my next Cosmic Chimes and Chanting session, I don't usually put her in there because she doesn't change. I usually focus on the ones that are changing. I don't know. I'll do one for Sedna soon. Thank you for remembering. I guess I can check it real quick. Where is she right now? I think she's still, the only thing that changes with Sedna has been her retrograde. Like she comes in and out of retrograde. But I could check real quick. Like I said, the website I usually use is down. It's been down for a long time. And so I have to do it by hand, the old-fashioned way. So let's see, I'll just change the target body to Sedna. Where is she today? Oh, it says March. This is March. So, yep, she's still in Sidereal Taurus. No change there. But thank you for remembering. Okay, so now let's do the high frequency for Sesheta and Heteru. With our writing our intentions, tuning into the cosmic mind, seeing the gift in every adversity, know that every adversity leads to prosperity, and be very mindful when experiencing prosperity because it will quickly turn to adversity. You have to stay in the middle with gratitude. No matter, like Bob Marley says, no matter what's going on, give Jah your thanks and praises. And then I have that wonderful tune. No matter what's going on, remain in the stillness. When you know never till you know everything. That is such a powerful one for me. I hope it helps you too. And then the sun inside your Aquarius. Same thing, removing obstacles to our success and refocusing our creativity, our creations in a direction of upliftment of humanity, healing of humanity. Heru is known as healer of the land, redeemer of his father, reflection of Ra in time and space, spiritual aspiration, the son of wisdom and the soul. Because that's us. When we're talking about Heru, we're talking about us. Oh, you had a Sedna painting? Oh, wow. Well, hopefully that person is benefiting from the medicine that you put in to that painting. You know, when we lose things, precious things like that, it just means that somebody else needed it more than we did. That's really the only way to let it go. Because I remember a few things that I lost, and it still bothers me. But I know it's in a good place, not a better place, because the better place would be with me. And oh yeah, I did print it. Okay, and then here's the ones for Sedna. Oh wait, yeah, Sedna I never had. I like to, when I do this work and when I'm chanting, I visualize like streamers, in my aura, like activating my aura, or like a mummy is wrapped in bandages. I see streams of light and sound circling me, circling all of us right now. And that even after this session is over, this is the intention I put into my healings. Even after like when you sit and you chant for 30 minutes, or you write out your intentions and you say your intentions for 15 minutes, even when you're not doing it, it's on autoplay. So this session, even if you never watch this session again, even though you're not here with me, these sounds, this activation, this intention is going to be replaying over and over and over and over. It's not going to stop. It's just going to keep going. So it's very powerful. Even if you don't believe it, I believe it. And that's what matters. But I hope you believe it. Otherwise, why are you sitting here? So just visualize this protection, this protective sheath encircling us. And it's helping us radiate out purity and love. And, we become lights to people in our life, people that come into our environment. We're a light for them. We remind them of something. We remind, I need to do my yoga, or I need to drink more water, or I forgot I need to fast, or, it's the new moon, I need to write my intentions. So we become like a positive trigger in the world. That's the whole point of this. Okay. Uja, do it for tuning in. Do a yes or no questions and time frames. I could do some pendulum readings. The second clan wrapped in bandages. Everything is connected. Do a hatap. Okay, yeah, that's all that I had for the sound today. Yeah, I brought my pendulum. We can do a little bit of yes or no questions. I haven't done that in so long. I just want to say one more thing is, for the first time in 30 years, I've been doing this kind of stuff for 30 years before they even had social media. My first website was in 1999. But even before I had a website, I was writing letters by hand to my family members about the stars and planets and wellness information. And when we got the computers, I was trying to send out newsletters for the new moon and the full moon and the points on the spiral dance medicine wheel, the equinoxes, solstice, eclipses, retrogrades, all that. And I could not do it. I was always late. By the time I got my blog post ready and my newsletter ready and the website ready, the new moon would be over because I ran into all these technical difficulties, and man, it was so discouraging. And I am so grateful to say that right now I've been consistent with these new moon, full moon transmissions for about a year now. And I've added the first quarter moon and the third quarter moon. I'm doing the spiral dance medicine wheel live from the lake, with the ceremony with the fire, air, water, earth, and honoring the four cultures of the four directions. And I've been consistent with the Ancient African Adorations concerts on the other YouTube channel. And I'm just so grateful for this order that I have finally attained in my life that I've been trying to do for 3 decades. I don't really know what to say. Is it because I'm no longer on Facebook and Instagram? I don't know. I'm no longer going to Zuckerberg. I have a wonderful new boyfriend now. I don't know what it is, but something is working. And I'm just really grateful that you all are here with me while I'm doing this. It's amazing. And I'm getting someone asked for a pendulum reading. So here's the pendulum. If you have a yes or no question, got another 15, 20 minutes. We are grateful for you. Oh, I'm grateful for you too. I'm grateful for you too, because if you weren't here, I'd just be talking to myself for an hour and a half. All right. So if you have a yes or no question, here I am with this pendulum. Show me yes. See, it moves back and forth. Show me no. And it changes direction side to side. Yeah, that always amazes me. Okay. Zareen, will T reach out to me this week? There's the question. Will T reach out to Zareen this week? It says yes. Okay, it says yes. Now, Zareen, there's things that you can do to ensure this happens, because this pendulum is reading what's best for you. It's reading your energy. It's reading your aura, right? So what you need to do is make sure that you are, stop capping. I don't know what that means. Make sure that you are at the right frequency, the right vibration to be found. Because if you're asking if he's going to reach out to you and then you're doubting it, like if you say, oh, that's not true, or I don't believe it, or I'm not good enough, or I don't know, I don't think I'm enough, I'm not saying you are, I'm just saying, I'm giving an example, then it won't happen. Even though it's the best thing for you, and even though it's in your energy field, even though the stars are lining up for this to happen, you have to open up and be ready to receive. So the ways you can do that, the first thing is, I do believe, but he is delaying. Okay, so then you've got to do your work on yourself. You can't focus on him, focus on you. So here's a few tips. First thing is, how will you feel when he reaches out to you? Just sit, like we were talking about, because right now you're in your mind, right? How will it feel when he reaches out to you? Okay, so that feeling has a vibration. You know how that's going to feel. Even I'm excited for you. How is it going to feel when T reaches out to Zareen? Okay, that's how it's going to feel. So you have to match that vibration all the time. That's the vibration you need to be at. Zareen is reaching out to me. Zareen reached out to me. T reached out to me. T reached out to me. T's reaching out to me today. T's reaching out to me. You stay on that vibration. Whatever, you can draw a picture. You can get a crystal and charge it with that focus. And you can have your chakra bracelets. You can work on your heart chakra. Everything that you can think of relating to heart and that vibration of how maybe it's going to feel like when you have your favorite ice cream, or when you're sitting by the lake and the wind's blowing. Whatever it is, you match that frequency. So how's it going to feel when T reaches out to you? Bling! Maybe you could say, That's how it's going to sound when T reaches out to me. So I'm just going to play that sound until he reaches out to me. This is how it's going to feel when T reaches out to Zareen. Okay, that's one thing. The second thing is the only way it's going to happen is if your inner male is attracted to his inner female, your inner female is attracted to his inner male, well, I don't know if T is male or female. T's inner female is attracted to your inner male, and T's inner male is attracted to your inner female. And the only way that's going to happen is when your inner male is united with your inner female. So that is the most important work you can do, because once that happens, if T is the right person, if T really is the one that's going to reach out to you, when you reach that frequency, that's the frequency that he's going to be looking for. T's going to be looking for. And so you've got to do your work. You've got to make sure your inner male, your inner female are one. That you're totally balanced. You can do that by wearing different colors or crystals or music. I don't know what that will mean to you. You'll have your own. What I tell people is, if you feel like you have too much masculine energy, then you need to ramp up your female energy. You can do that by using your left hand more, because the left side is female. You can do that by wearing blue colors, because blue is the color for female, even though in Western pink is, but like we talked about Shango is red, and pink is a high vibration of red, Yemaya is blue. So, or you could take a bath, you could get a pedicure, whatever. But all you can really do, Zareen, is focus on your energy. Do not focus on him. You've already put out the intention. It was confirmed by your energy, by this pendulum reading. And you can use anything for a pendulum. You can use a necklace with a dangling pendant, or like those long keychains or ID, those lanyard, I don't know what they're called. You know what I'm talking about. You can use that as a pendulum. All you have to do is say, show me yes, show me no. And you just ask questions. Now, when you first start using a pendulum, Great Awakenings, like when I first started, my yes was clockwise and my counterclockwise was, and my no was counterclockwise. So it will change. So you should always check in first, and that way you can, you're tuned in. So those are my recommendations to ensure that T reaches out to Zareen. I hope that helps you. And, give us an update on what happened. Because once you're at that vibration of what it's going to feel like, then all you do is match it, and then it'll happen. One of my favorite manifestation coaches, and she even says that in her announcement, I'm your favorite manifestation coach, and she is Sammy Ingram, the Mermaid Gang. She's here on TikTok, but I follow her on YouTube. And every now and then, when I need that extra boost, I tune into her, and she's got the most amazing intentions, affirmations. She calls them assumptions, because you assume that it's already real, it's already happened, and then you just have to, arrive there. And she has detailed instructions on how to attract your SP. She calls it special person. So that's what I tune into her. I have when I wake up and this, of course, when you go to sleep at night, you have your list of intentions. T's going to reach out to me today or tomorrow. And then in the morning, you have another list of intentions. I'm so grateful that T is reaching out to me today, or, whatever. I always put gratitude. Another one is, I am so grateful now that T has reached out to Zareen. As you say it as if it's already happened. You express gratitude as if it's already happened. I hope that helps. Okay, I know I'm rambling. I get really excited about these things. And if you have any more questions, just, reach out to me on TikTok. I guess we have to be friends on TikTok first. You can find me at cosmic@tachia.com, or I'm on Twitter @Tachia, or thinking of places where you don't have to have an account. Well, you can find me at YouTube, KemeTones Cosmic Sound Healing, or Tachia Amet, YouTube. And then I have a couple of websites, lightbeingwellness.com and tachia.com. All right. Let's see, any more questions? Thank you. Hi, I'm deaf, sign language. I'm so sorry. I don't have the what do you call it when it has the words going across? I don't know how to do that. This is the second time someone has reminded me of that, and I will put it on my list of things to do. And I appreciate you being here. And the thing about being deaf is your sight is probably like 100 million times more on top of it than ours. And you're probably empathic. You probably feel a lot more deeply than the rest of us. So I honor you. Are you able to see my question? Ashe, I said, Divine Mother. All I saw was, will T reach out to, do you do yes or no question? Yes, I'm here. Okay, I'm going all the way back. I usually don't do them during these sound healing sessions, but I am today. So if you could just type your question again. I do believe that. Thank you. You're right. Thank you. So, Divine Mother, I am not able to see your question. Please post it again. Subtitles. Thank you. Okay. I was looking for the question from Love Steph, but she might have already left. So I'm sorry. If I don't answer your question, you can always post it somewhere and I will answer it. I'm going to look for that question one more time and then I'll get to Moana. Are you able to see my question? Love Steph, I am not able to see your question. Okay, I'm going to Moana. Will William be okay if we separate? Will William and I separate permanently this year? Will you be okay if we separate? Oh, that's 3 questions. Let's see what we can do. I have to move my legs, so. Okay. So, this type of pendulum reading is an energy flow analysis, and it's to determine your energy and if there's any blocks in your energy. So the first thing we have to determine is, do you want to separate? Because it sounds like you don't really want to. I'm not sure. And then you want to know if you all will be okay if you separate. First thing for that is, of course you'll be okay. If you're thinking about separating, then you have to trust that you'll be all right. You have to trust that you'll be okay, because you just are. So the real question is, why do you think it's time to separate? So I'm just going to do the pendulum reading that you asked. And then if you want to break it down, you can reach out to me, because I do energy analysis for people. I ask money for it, but I'll take a donation and we can break it down, because we can look into your past life, your ancestors' life, because if you're together now, it's possible you were together. And let's find out. Were Moana and William together in a past life? Yes. All right. Are they together in this life to resolve a situation from the past life? Yes. Okay. So that's one thing about relationships, is it might just be a continuation of another relationship from the past. And so I would suggest, I'm not a therapist or anything, I would suggest resolving the issue in this lifetime. Whether you stay together as a couple or not, work to resolve the issue. Maybe while you're separated, you can work on resolving the issue. And then once the issue is resolved, you can decide if you want to remain a couple. But my feeling is that the issue will remain. If you separate, the issue will remain. And then you will have to either go through the same experience with another partner or reincarnate in another body and go through this experience with William. So I don't think we should be thinking with our brain like, will I be okay if we separate? I think we should drop into the heart and really listen to the heart, because you're together for a reason. And why not heal in this lifetime instead of just breaking up and coming back together again? And I'm speaking from experience. I was married to a man for 19.5 years, and I know we were together in the past. My trauma from this lifetime is what came between us. And he did not give me time to heal from the trauma. And he divorced us. And so whatever issues we had outside of the trauma, they are still there. So I'm working on myself. I'm sending him love, forgiveness. I'm praying that we can talk again so that we can resolve the issue. I don't want to be his wife anymore, but whatever is between us, energy can't be created or destroyed. So it's still there. So it needs to be processed. So that's my advice to you. And like I said, if you want to break it down anymore, just reach out. I see many more questions. So I know I'm not going to be able to get to all of these today. So let's see, someone is begging me to answer their question. I beg you. I don't know what your question is. Elena Gilbert. Okay, Juana. Okay, I'm going to move on to Tammy's question. Will Daryl come back to me next month? And then Love Steph. Oh, here's Love Steph. Is the guy I'm thinking about ever going to text or tell me how he feels? Okay, Tammy, I'm going to go with Love Steph first because she asked her question a long time ago and I didn't see it. All right, so I don't know if you heard my other discourse, but these are the type of questions that you've got to stop focusing on the other person and focus on yourself. You got to focus on your energy. And Tammy, this applies to you too. It's just not directly your reading, but this discourse applies to everyone who's asking me if this person will reach out to them, if this person will come to them, if this is the right person for them. You've got to put that other person out, because it's really about your relationship with yourself. Like anytime we have a relationship with another person, they're a reflection of the relationship we have with ourselves. It applies to work relations, intimate relations, sibling, family, children, neighbors. Like I live above the trouble. So it's really about your relationship to yourself. Like every relationship that you have is an opportunity to get closer to yourself. It's an opportunity for your enlightenment. It's an opportunity to learn how to deal with different frequencies of creation. Because everybody is if this is Ra, everybody is a ray, right? And so we're talking about, is this ray of light going to get along with this ray of light? And is this ray of light supposed to be with the ray of light that's right next to it? Or is it better suited with this ray of light way over there? So that's how you got to think about it. So the first thing I suggest, what did I do? Is to, like I said before, how will you feel when, Love Steph, how will you feel the day that the guy you're thinking about texts you or tells you how he feels? Yes, neighbor says, how will you feel when that happens? Okay, so that's the vibration that you want to stay at that vibration. If anything takes you away from that vibration, you want to go back. Because the way that you feel when this person reaches out to you is the way that you feel when you connect with your higher self, right? So the most important thing is, why aren't you feeling that way right now? Whether this person comes to you or not. You want to feel that way about yourself. And once you feel that way about yourself, you will radiate that out, right? And then that person will say, oh, wow, that's the person I've been looking for. But if you're focusing on that other person, then they're not going to see how brightly you're shining because of that person. You know what I'm saying? I hope I'm making sense. You want to match the frequency of how you will feel when that person talks to you, because that's how you feel when you talk to yourself. That's how you feel. It's just that person is the opportunity for you to actually embrace and touch yourself, because that's a reflection of your higher self, everything, right? That's basically how I want you to look at this. The other thing is, like I said before, and this Tammy. So Tammy, Daryl coming back to you next month. Okay, so you already know how it feels when you're with Daryl. So you just match that vibration. How does it feel when things are really good between you and Daryl? Stay at that vibration all the time. Just stay there. Because then when he sees you at that vibration, he's going to remember, when I was with Tammy, things were really good. Because you're holding the space for that frequency. You're holding that vibration. You're maintaining it. Then the other thing is, like I said before, the only way that these type of relationships, intimate relationships, will work, and I learned this from the daughter-in-law of Don Miguel Ruiz. My first trip out of the country was with Don Miguel Ruiz, the guy with the 4 agreements, the Toltec wisdom, right? Love your neighbor as yourself. Exactly. Yes. Oh, thanks for the reminder. I'm not loving my neighbor. It's like, I don't know how to love a troll. A troll who wants to kill you when you walk across the floor. But I'm going to work on that. She taught me that the only way these intimate relationships work, and I suppose all relationships too, employees, employers, staff, children, neighbors, cashier. The most intense one is, the one with your special person, your loved one. And so, like I said before, I'm pointing to me as you. Our inner male has to be attracted to their inner female. Our inner female has to be attracted to their inner male, and their inner male has to be attracted to our inner female. Their inner female has to be our inner male. And so the only way that's going to happen is if our inner male and female are connected and their inner male and female are connected. So your inner male and female could be in alignment, but if theirs is not, then there's going to be problems until they balance their energy out. So the only thing you can really do at this point is to work on your energy and know that when that person sees you're radiating, if they're the right person for you, they will respond. If they're not the right person, somebody else will respond. And so the key is you can't be attached to the outcome. Like if the guy you're thinking about doesn't make the move, the guy next to him that you're not thinking about might be the guy. So you have to be open to that. We can't be fixated on this. Tammy, if Daryl comes back to you next month, then that is because you worked on your energy and you connected with your higher self. And that inspired or triggered Daryl to do the same. So you got to think about it that you're in the driver's seat, because this is your life. You're manifesting and creating your life. You're choosing how you feel, and you're choosing what you're going to manifest, because we are the cause of our creation. That's one of the reflections from the Tefnet Ruakusana reflective yoga meditation movement system. Right? You're the cause of your life. You're the reason that person is attracted to you. The other one, I'm getting warm in here. The other one is, like I referred Serene to the Mermaid Gang, Sammy Ingram on TikTok. She's on Instagram. I watch her on YouTube because, you get the whole video. And she's the one that works with the law of assumption. And every night before you go to sleep, you say, I am so grateful. I'm going to wake up in the best, perfect timeline tomorrow, and everything's going to line up, and my significant person is going to find me. And when you wake up, you say, I'm so grateful today. I'm getting my energies in alignment, and I'm radiating love and prosperity and abundance, and my special person is going to reach out to me. And you just keep doing that until they do, because, nothing is solid. Everything is moving. This creation isn't solid. It's all atoms and molecules and cells and light light energy moving all around. And so when we do the sound healing with the chimes, we're chanting, we got the tuning forks, all these things are getting these molecules of creation in alignment with what's in our purified heart. That's why we do this work, so that we're not thinking about, is this person going to call me? We're knowing they're going to call. It's just a matter of time. We're not thinking, are we going to get back together? We know we're always together. Even if I never see that person again, we're together. And if we're not together, it's because that person's not ready. You know, like in my instance, my husband was willing to put up with me with all my traumatic outbursts and everything because he could control me. And then one day he said I should do something about my anger, so I went to see a therapist. As soon as I started to get well, he asked for a divorce. We're together 20 years. So obviously, he's ready to be with someone who's a victim and traumatized and can be controlled, but he's not ready to be with a goddess. So I can't feel bad about it anymore because he's not ready. I would love my family to be back together. Are you kidding? But he's not ready. So I have to move on to somebody who's ready to accept me as I am. Okay, that is all the questions I'm going to do. Oh my gosh. You know, that's so funny you said that, Furious. My neighbor got mad at me when I asked him not to walk into my apartment without my permission, because I was in the shower and I didn't have my door locked. And he just walked in. He went crazy. He said he wanted to kill me. He said he wanted to see me dead, and he'd carry my body out in a bag. Yeah. So, okay. So that's all that I'm going to do for today because my dog needs to go out. If I did not get to your question today, just send me a comment. Go to one of my other posts and put your question there, or friend me and tell me you want to ask me a question and I'll friend you. Just communicate with me because I can't get through all of them in one session. Okay, here's one more. She's asked me 3 times. Sarah MM. Does Apollo NM truly love me and will he marry me? Thank you. Okay, and if I didn't get to your question, just, can I ask the question? Oh my gosh, there's a lot coming on through here. I'm doing free readings. I'm running out of time. I'm going to answer Sarah's question. And if you have any more questions, just reach out to me. I do them all the time. I usually charge money, but I'm just doing this for love these days. So just reach out to me anywhere you can find Tachia Ahmet. Okay. What might be said? Love Steph, I think I asked you the question. Okay, so I'm going to ask her Sarah's question because she asked 3 times. Okay. Does Apollo truly love Sarah? It says that Apollo truly loves you. And this is according to your energy reading, not mine. And will he marry her? It says yes. All right. So the only thing I can tell you is I don't like to do these prophecy ones. I'm just reading what's in your energy field. It's in your energy, it's in your aura for this to happen. However, you've got to do the work. And I don't know if you heard talking about it before. You've got to set your intentions, your goals. If this is what you really want, you have to write out your goals. You have to speak your intentions at night and in the morning. You have to speak it into existence. That's 1. Watch the Mermaid Gang, Sammy Ingram. 2, you've got to find the vibration that it will feel when he tells you how much he loves you and asks you to marry you. You have to decide this. It's not up to him. It's up to you because this is your creation, your life, and he's just a player in it. This is your life. So he can be building his life where you're in it, but right now we're focusing on your life and bringing him. Okay? So the second thing is work with those assumptions. that was the first. The second one is a vibration. So how will it feel at your wedding, at the wedding day when you're getting married? How will that feel? How will it feel when he proposes to you? So you have to lock that frequency into your life. Like I said before, get a crystal that reminds you of him, or a piece of jewelry, and charge it with it. Like this is what I'm going to be wearing when he proposes. And you lock that frequency into this odd item. It could be, you could determine a tuning fork. Say when this is the frequency of him proposing to me. And every time you hear it or you feel it, then you're activating that intention more. Or it could be another thing you can do is the water. I didn't talk about that earlier. Get a container of water, purified water, and write your intention on the water. Like, I'm going to get married this year, or whatever it is. And every time you drink the water, you're drinking that intention. You're filling your life with this frequency. It's all frequency. It's all frequency. It's nothing else. There's no luck or it's RU too. We talked about the RU, the impressions in your heart. Let's try this. Is Sarah and Apollo, were they in a relationship in a past life? And did some obstacle come up that caused them to separate, to break up? Okay. And so are they in this lifetime together now to resolve this difference? Okay. So according to this energy reading, you all were in a relationship previously, and for one reason or another, it didn't work out. And so now you're here in this lifetime to resolve the difference and unite. Or resolve the difference and decide not to unite. The main thing is to not be attached to the outcome. The most important thing is your energy, is your vibration. So the next step, like I said before, is your inner male and your inner female has to be attracted to his inner male and his inner female and his inner male, and vice versa. His inner male, inner female has to be attracted to your inner male and female. And the only thing you can do with that is to connect your inner male and inner female. And only you know what that is like. I can't tell you how to do that. I can just tell you it needs to be done. And you just need to figure it out. Some things you can do, like if you notice you're always injuring yourself on your left side, it could mean that either your female energy is weak. It could mean that. Or it could mean you're using it too much and you need to use more masculine energy. And I can't tell that about you, like this in this setting. You'll have to determine that, or you can reach out to me and we can work on it some more. But you will know if one of your energies is imbalanced, or let's just do a pendulum reading. Let's check out her inner male and inner female. Are her inner male and inner female in alignment? No. Okay. Is the inner female too strong? No. Is the inner female too weak? Yes. Is her energy overpowered by her inner masculine? Yes. Okay, so that's one way you can find out. So then this says that your inner female is being overpowered by your inner masculine. And so when women have really strong masculine energy, it literally drives men away. They can't stand it. They don't know how to react because they are supposed to be the man. And if their inner female is too strong and is overpowering their inner masculine, then you can see how messed up that's going to be, because his inner male, his ego, wants to be at the head. It's not even the head inside of his own self. And then it's coming up against your inner masculine, which is like, hey, So once you balance your inner male and inner female, raise up your inner female to where it's balanced, then you will attract a balanced man or woman, but their inner male and female will be balanced. And that's really the only way it's going to work. Any marriage, and that was the problem. My marriage, I didn't know about this, but definitely he was a very strong masculine and very strong feminine. He was very balanced, I would have to say. but my energy was not balanced. My inner masculine was way too strong. I didn't even know about this stuff, inner female, nothing. And then once I started to increase my inner female, then he felt threatened and he was gone. So, okay. If there's any other questions, I promise I will try to do more of these pendulum readings. I'm so on time with the celestial events and the Natarian count of holy days. Now I need to make some time for these energy readings because they're really cool. Okay. I'm really glad that you have more questions. Okay, every time I say I'll do 2 more, there's 100 more. I'm gonna stop at 6:30. That's 2 hours, that's a long time. All right, Alana. Will Myron and I get back together in April? Will Myron and Alana get together in April? Okay, well, you weren't specific. Together. Do you mean as a couple? Do you mean as a business partner? There's lots of ways that you can get together with someone. I'm going to assume that you mean as a couple. Did they have a relationship in a past life that's causing obstacles now? Okay, so that's usually what it is. You were together in the past life, it didn't work out, you broke up, and now you're back together to try to figure it out. And so it's the same as a couple. So it's the same information as before. Balance your inner male and female, harmonize. And another one is stop thinking and stay in your heart. How do you feel about this person? How would it feel when you're back together in April? And visualize you all just running into each other at the lake or something, and visualize it, match the frequency. And then the third thing is your intentions, your assumptions. Every night, we will get together at night, and in the morning, and watch Sammy Ingram. Okay, and then Tanisha, will Sarah get dropped off of the restraining order or will it get granted? Okay, this is a different type of question. Will Sarah get dropped off of the restraining order? Will Sarah get dropped off of the restraining order? No. Will it get granted? Yes. Okay, so that was the energy reading for that question. And same thing applies. I don't know the details. All I can say is, how will you feel when you get the result that you are looking for? However, whatever the result is, I'm not really clear. But however you will feel when you get the result you're looking for, you match that frequency all the time. You find a song, you find one of those binaural beats that matches how you feel, your favorite food, your favorite color, your favorite chime, whatever it is that matches that frequency, that makes you feel the same way that you're going to feel when you get this result. You set your intentions at night, and in the morning you recite your intentions, and then you match your inner male and inner female. Even though it's not a romantic relationship, you always want those balance so that you can express yourself in the best possible way. Okay, that is absolutely the last one. So I'm going to close out with ground. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you very much. I love doing these readings, and I just forget to do them. So please remind me more often. I'm staying on target with the new moons, the full moons, the quarter moons, the Natarian holy days, the equinox and solstice retrogrades. I'm doing really good with that. I'm so proud of myself. Not in the ego way, just that I didn't give up. I didn't give up. And so it might take a few years. Dang, you just cash apped. Thank you. Wait a minute. Somebody cash apped me, but I didn't see their question. Okay. Lukoka. I want the judge to grant a continuation for Sarah's restraining order against her abusive father. Ashe, and so it is. We definitely need that. Okay, so then I would suggest working with the vibration of the judge, right? Visualize you all in harmony. Like, he wants what you want. His heart center is focused on your heart center. His heart center is focused on your child, because this is your creation and you're manifesting it. Watch Sammy Ingram. Reach out to me personally. I'd love to talk to you some more about this, because this is, something that's tugging at my heart. So please reach out to me so we can work on this some more. Then, Lo, I did not see your question. So if you cash at me, please post your question again. I will wait for you. Lukoka. I didn't see your question. Let's see if I try for your face, your avatar. I'm looking for a little toka. Yes, stop thinking and feel. Toka. Man, so many good questions here. Toka, I don't see your question. If you cash app me though, I definitely want to work with you. So, oh, there we go. Courtney, does Carl still think about me? Oh, I was just asking that question about my ex-husband the other day. That's a sweet one. What my teachers tell me is if you're thinking about them, the other person, they're thinking about you too. But let's check your energy breathing. Is Carl thinking about Courtney? Of course. I have a feeling though you'd like something more than that. And you can do this work. You can do the work. You can get a pendulum and you can ask yourself these yes/no questions. You can call me, you can text me, you can email me, and we can work together. It's really about the frequencies. I don't know if you heard me talking about it. Oh, you woke up crying this morning. Okay. Well, when you wake up crying, and I woke up crying just the other day, that is your heart releasing. Something is coming up that you've been holding on to and you're trying to let go. Okay. So if you're thinking about this person, you're dreaming about this person, they're probably dreaming about you too. So the next question is, do you want to reach out to this person, or do you just want to know if they're thinking about you? And if you want to reach out to the person, it's the same thing I said to the other people. Your intentions, your assumptions, staying in touch with your feelings. Stop thinking, how do you feel? What do you really want? Okay. Third thing is, how will it feel when he calls you, or when you call and he answers the phone? Match that frequency. Whatever it is, however you feel, match that frequency. And then, another thing to do is draw pictures. Oh, I love to draw pictures of your encounter. Draw pictures of your dream. But if you're crying, it's probably that you're sad that you're not together. And you're probably remembering how it felt, when you were together, when you broke up. But I definitely would say he's thinking about you. And if you want him to reach out to you, it's up to you. You just got to do the work. And it can be done. It happens all the time. Have you ever started thinking about somebody and they call you? Yeah, that's not a coincidence. So you can even have lucid dreams. You can go to sleep and tell yourself before you go to sleep, I'm going to dream about Carl coming back to me. Or I want to see what it's going to be like. I mean, it's up to you. It's your life. It's your creation. It's your reality. You can have it the way you want. And if it's not the way you want now, then it's just a matter of you not giving up on it. What I learned the other day is no backup plan. If you have an intention, no plan B, no backup. That was my mistake for a long time. I had what I want to do with my life, and then I always had a backup plan. So now, no backup plan. I'm just going for it. That was what I talked about. One goal for this moon cycle. One goal. Okay. All right. Someone said, please. I hope that helps you. If not, just reach out to me. Cosmic@tachia.com. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Telegram. I'm on Pinterest. I'm thinking of places where you can reach out without having an account. Please read Tanya and John Lowe relationship. Okay. This gets really hard because there's a lot that come in. Oh. Okay. Please read Tanya and Dante. Okay, I'm looking for your avatar. Okay, if I don't get to you today, this is absolutely the last one because it's past 6:30 and I've been here since 4:30. Please reach out to me. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. I couldn't find it and my legs are about to fall off. So just please reach out to me on this platform, on another platform, and I will make a video and post it and send it to you. Please don't be discouraged that I didn't get to your questions. Okay, I'm gonna round it out and then I got to go. Dua for tuning in, Dua for reaching out. If I did not get to your question, just send me a message somewhere and I will make you a special TikTok. And I see another question here. Someone is writing to me in Russian or Greek and I don't understand it. Looks like Vom today. So I'm just going to say good rising, great awakenings. Did I get over my identity crisis? Yes, I got over my identity crisis. I'm one with the divine. I always thought emotions are how you feel. I learned from a Uber ride. I was in an Uber ride with a psychologist and we got on this subject. And he broke it down to me. Feelings come up from within us and emotions are how we express our feelings. They're an energy in motion. And we can control our emotions. We can't always control our feelings, but we can definitely control how we react. So it's the difference between reacting and responding. That's what we're talking about. Reacting is emotional, and responding is consciousness. We have set and heru. Simple. Okay, wonderful people. I know I missed several questions. Just go to any one of my posts and type in your question. Say, I missed my pendulum reading. Or I have some posts about pendulum readings. Just go anywhere, post the question in the comments, and I will get to you. That's all you have to do. We don't even have to be friends. Just go to any one of my posts, post your question, I will respond. Just anyone. Please, Grace, I really have to go. I've been sitting here for 2 hours. My legs cannot take it, and my dog needs to go outside. I've been here since 4:30. I will do more pendulum readings. But in the meantime, just go to one of my posts and post your question right now. And when I get back from taking care of my dog, I will respond. I swear, I promise. I don't like to make promises. I say this all the time and no one ever does it. They just don't do it. Voorred. It's a link. They're all over. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Thank you. Okay, Dua Hatap, please send me your question, Grace. I really want to do it. I just can't do it right now. Just go to any of these posts and just type your question. I couldn't, there was so many that came in. Hatap. Thank you so much for being here. And let's see. The next transmission will be Saturday in the morning for Ancient African Adorations. It's the day we honor when Sekhmet destroyed the world. That's going to be fun. And then next week is going to be super crazy for me. We have the full moon transmission on the 18th. Then we have the Spiral Dance Medicine Wheel for the spring equinox on the 19th. On the 20th, on Sunday, I'll be at Haji Healing Salon from 12 until 6. Then on Monday, the 21st, so excited. We are going to return with my reggae band for the first time since before COVID. A live performance with my band. We're going to be performing live from the Joplin Marley studio and live streaming from there as well. I'm going to be posting the link to buy your tickets today because there's only 20 spaces in the studio, and then the rest will have to be live streamed. So I'm going to be posting the link very soon. So excited. The first set will be dub music with comedic chants and guided meditation. It's never been done because dub music didn't exist back then in Kemet. So this is the first time it's going to happen. And then the second set will be, of course, the wonderful native world reggae music of Tachia Ahmed, the music before I got on this journey to Kemet. I have a few songs, comedic reggae, comedic rock songs in the mix. So it's going to be awesome. Please tune in. That will not be free. I'm asking $11 to pay for the venue space and to pay my musicians. Hopefully I'll make enough money to pay them all. That's the goal. Yes, Dua. So I'm going to be, I've posted the announcement already, and I'm going to be posting it a lot now once I have the link. I'm really looking forward to this. I wanted to do this for a long time. I really miss performing reggae music. I was in the band with my husband, and when we got a divorce, everything just fell apart. And I just, I don't know what to say. But anyway, here we go. Because I was touring, we were touring with the Bob Marley Festival Tour. We got to play Reggae on the River, Sierra Nevada World Music Festival, Reggae in the Park, like all kind of festivals. And then we got a divorce. And he was the drummer, so. Okay, that's definitely the last. Yes, red, gold, and green, reggae music. It's going to be great. So like I said, I'm only charging $11. This is covered the expenses. I want to pay my musicians. I got to rent a van to bring all the equipment. And I have to pay for the space. So. Okay, my dog is letting me know it's definitely time to go. Dua Hatap. See you on Saturday if you're into Ancient African Adorations. Dua.